Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. AMC is still fighting around that $5.05 mark. This is the intraday low that was set on November 9th. This is the level that we have been talking about for a while now, and today you did dip under that all the way down to $4.74, and then you have retraced back up to that $5.05 previous intraday 2022 low level. That's a mouthful. Say that a couple times in a row. AMC is trading at $5.07 per share. We have 9 minutes left of trading. AMC is up almost 4% on the day. So these couple of cents here in the last couple of minutes will be important, especially in after hours. Now, unfortunately, you do have earnings from FedEx. You do have earnings from Nike, and these guys are going to probably dictate how the markets trade coming in after hours and coming tomorrow. So it's one of those things where if they have bad earnings, it's not going to matter too much what specifically happens with AMC right now. Also, I do want to talk about this triple bottom formation that looks like has formed, and that is a very bullish indicator, and we'll talk about that here in this video. And then I want to talk about what's happening with the Ortex data as well, because the cost to borrow rates and a couple key factors we like to look at continue to go higher, and they are shooting up here today, guys. So let's get into all of this information. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. If you guys also want to come trade with me live in real time as well, link down below in the description of this video. We do have an earnings trade on FedEx that I do think might do pretty well. It's already done pretty well. It's already served its purpose. Get in, make them free, hold through earnings. We'll see if FedEx earnings are as big as they seem to be, and that might make that trade much better. Now, nonetheless, let's talk about this triple bottom formation, and this is a simple Google search, guys. This is like second grader level shit. It says a triple bottom is a visual pattern that allows the buyers, bulls, taking control of the price action from the sellers, the bears. A triple bottom is generally seen as three roughly equal lows bouncing off support, followed by the price action breaching resistance. So typically, this is what it would look like, right? You got the triple bottom, and then you tend to get that rally from there, right? Tends to be a pretty bullish thing, and this is roughly what the chart of AMC stock actually looks like. You kind of got these triple bottoms right here around that $5.05 level, and we're going higher than that now to $5.08. So if this triple bottom formation does remain true, you could be setting up for a pretty sizable rally here over the next couple of weeks. Now, earnings are going to be the big focus for markets, so that is going to be the important thing. FedEx here today not looking so promising, especially into the close. So we'll see what happens with that. Last earnings, they did drop like 20%. So if we get a repeat of that, markets probably not going to look so good coming tomorrow. Can't forecast that. That is about 5 minutes left until they do report. Now, let's get into some of the data behind AMC, some of the Ortex data. And you are seeing the short interest increasing quite a bit today. Now we're sitting at an estimated short interest of 19.22%, up about 0.64% here on the day. Live short interest sitting at about 99.6 million shares that are sold short. 626.3 thousand shares here on the day. So some pretty big numbers we're starting to see. And the cost of borrow rates are spiking up as well. We'll talk about that in just 1 second. But it's mainly due to the lack of shares that are available. And throughout pretty much the whole entire day, hour after hour, you have seen in between 0 and 15,000 shares available. Most of the time you're sitting around 0, 1, 2,000 shares. That is not a lot in the grand scope of the stock market, and that is what is driving up even the Interactive Broker cost of borrow rates from 19% just a couple of days ago now to about 24%. Now, this is only Interactive Brokers, as you guys do know. This over here, the cost of borrow average, cost of borrow max, and cost of borrow minimum gives you a better picture of what is going on across all major brokerages. And the cost of borrow average currently sitting at about 33%, up about 5.5% from yesterday's levels. The cost of borrow max Yesterday was 38%. Today it is 46%. So that's an increase of about 8%. And the cost to borrow minimum staying pretty much the same from yesterday's levels. Earlier in the day, it was sitting at about 27%. That would have been a gain of about 8% here on the day, but nonetheless a 46% cost to borrow rate is insane, and that is putting a lot of pressures on these short sellers. Now if we take a look at the option activity, guys, keep in mind that if you guys are live traders and you are involved with the markets in a day-to-day basis, you probably have heard that today you're seeing some of the highest put volume than we have seen in a very long time. And that's interesting for a couple of reasons, one of them being the markets have already fallen so much, but you're seeing this reflected in AMC as well. If you pull up any stock virtually on Ortex, you're going to see a very high put ratio. Even if we go ahead and pull up Tesla, 30% positive order value on $360 million worth of options. Tesla, maybe not the best example, down about 8% here on the day. Tesla just cannot get a break. Now, if we take a look at AMC's numbers, 29% positive order value, 12 orders totaling $945.4 thousand. Like I said, positive order value of 29%. Not very good. You are seeing a lot of that activity, at least on the call side, focused around January of 2024, the $5 to $10 calls being the most popular. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think it is forecasting at least a short squeeze somewhat down the line. But over the near term, we're going to be dominated by earnings and macro data that does come out. And as far as macro data, as you guys already do know, if you watch this channel, Friday is going to be the big day. Personal income, personal spending, durable goods orders, all of that month over month. And PCE price index, this is the index that the Fed uses to monitor inflation. All of that data coming on Friday. Now, from now until then, you have FedEx, Nike earnings here in after hours. That's going to be the most important thing, at least until Friday. And then you have Micron earnings Wednesday in after hours. But if these earnings are good, that could really set us up for a pretty good rally in the markets and with AMC stock. Now, even considering, hopefully you guys watch these videos. If you have not, the option activity is very bullish overall on AMC as far as the open interest is concerned. For December 23rd, that is going to be this Friday, 23,000 calls that are in the money, 136,000 calls that are out of the money. You got about 19,000 puts that are in the money and about 33,000 puts that are out of the money. So you got like 5 times the amount of call activity for this Friday than for put activity. Maybe it's like 4.5 times. Nonetheless, very directionally bullish. There's not that many puts on this option expiration, and that could set you up for a pretty decent move to the upside if market conditions do warrant it. And if you do look at December 23rd, like I said, this Friday, the total open interest, 75.34% calls, 24.66% puts, even on really, really high option expirations, or even on very bullish weeks, you don't tend to see this much of the open interest held to the call side, and this less amount, I don't even know how to say that, such a small amount of puts held in open interest. So I think this information definitely skewed to the bullish side. Like I said, I've said it many times now. You can only say so much when you're going to have company earnings like FedEx that are going to be so important to the markets that, could potentially move things around so much. And you are seeing a little bit of a pop heading into the 4 o'clock closing bell right now. FedEx earnings might be a couple minutes delayed, though. We'll have to see, potentially report to you guys in another video. Now, ouch, it looks like FedEx earnings are out. We don't have some actual numbers here. You did get a pop, lock and drop it kind of move. Now the stock is down about 4% here in after hours. There's no telling what could happen from here, but the initial read looks quite bearish. We'll have to see where guidance does come out. That's going to be the biggest thing. Not really looking too good for tomorrow's trading. AMC already down 1.38% off of FedEx earnings. Go ahead and pull up the S&P 500 real quick. Not reacting all too much, but we'll need to see some digestion from that. Stock popping back up again. Looking pretty weak though overall, guys, so we'll have to wait and see. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. Most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.